It's Dominique, aka That Therapist. For those of you that don't know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellow Bird Counseling. What is that, you might ask, for those of you that are new here? What do we do at Yellow Bird? Well, we provide individual, couples, family, groups, child, geriatric or elderly, and adolescent and teen mental health therapy in the state of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and New Jersey. So we provide we provide mental health therapy in all of those areas, or mental health counseling, whichever suits you. There is a difference. Mental health therapy is for people that may have a mental health diagnosis. Mental health counseling is for people that have a life, just dealing with life issues that don't necessarily have a mental health diagnosis. So I will do it again. It's already in the works for 2023 for me to explain it, but you can also go to yellowbirdcounseling.com and view the live discussion that I've already done on therapy versus counseling. So that's what we do regularly. But what am I doing here this evening? Well, a part of our mission here at Yellow Bird is to break the stigma surrounding mental health and wellness by educating the general population on things that we can all relate to and tie it back to how we could all benefit from having a therapist. So that's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing for the past 3 years, and that is what we will continue to do. So definitely come on in. You're going to want to bring a friend. For those of you in the text community, you know what's up. You know what's up. Refer to the text and follow the steps because I'm excited. This is the very last live of this year. So we're going to close out with a bang. We're going to prepare for next year. We're going to close this year out. And I'm very excited. I've been working really, really hard this week to get year-end stuff with the practice closed out. So I might be feeling a little bit generous with a wink face. But yeah, so that's what we do here on social media. So we do throughout the week when we're not on social media. And for those of you that don't know, we also do have a mental health t-shirt line that helps you make mental health statements with your chest to start the discussion surrounding mental health and wellness, so that you can also contribute to the effort of breaking the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness. All right. So get in here, share, bring a friend, get yourself comfortable, grab yourself. This is a cup of coffee, some water that I got, coffee and water. So grab yourself a comfy beverage or food item, and we're going to get started. I'm excited about this topic. Unfortunately, Jennifer, she was supposed to be joining me, one of my lovely Yellow Bird ambassadors, aka Yellow Bird staff therapist. She was not feeling well, so the show had to go on, but y'all send your thoughts to Miss Jennifer. She's just not feeling well this evening. It's crud going around. It's that time of year. It's crummy and cruddy. So, but we'll continue, okay? Now, last week we talked about dealing with anxiety of the unknown for the new year. That's how we started the discussion last week. How do you deal with the anxiety that you may experience just from not knowing what to expect for the new year, how to set your intentions for the new year, what things to look for, maybe where to start your journey to look for things to do differently and reset. Of course, we don't encourage resolutions because resolutions tend to be things that are hard to keep up with, kind of lofty goals that may be hard to execute. So we approached it from a baby step point of view with dealing with anxiety. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to set particular mental health goals for the new year and things that you may want to reflect on over the next few days and even into, the upcoming months. This is, of course, just a comprehensive list, and it may require for you to seek us, one of us here at Yellowbird, and our team is growing, so we will have space. We don't have a wait list. We'll have space. I'm making sure because it makes me anxious to have people waiting on therapy. I want that. I want you to be able to start. I'm getting I got a new intern coming on, in addition to the 3 interns that I already have. And I've got 2 or 3 new staff therapists coming on that have a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of specialty in very specific areas that they service. So I'm excited about them as well. So don't worry if you're calling around and people are saying that they're booked out. That won't be us. I keep us out of that situation or you. All right. And your friends and family, because I want to make sure if we're helping you, I want us to help people around you as well. And several of us have family members that go see each other. So it's cool. We don't talk to your therapist about your business. If you are a friend or family member, we don't do that. But we believe in what we do here. So we send our friends and family to go see one of our other colleagues here. All right. So that's the long and short of that. But let's get into it. I want to specifically focus on mental health strategies that you may not have considered, or maybe that you've taken lightly and don't understand the importance. So part of me educating you on reasons that we all need therapy is giving you some science behind it as well. So a lot of these you may be like, oh, that ain't going to help. Well, maybe you didn't really know how to utilize it and how it would actually help you, because a lot of these are going to not only help you mentally, but they're going to help you physically as well. Because for those of you that have been following me for any amount of time, or for those of you that actually have a Yellowbird counseling therapist, you know that we believe in the mind-body connection. You can't have mental health without physical, and you can't have physical without mental. It just doesn't work because they're connected. And so let's talk about how to regulate them both at the same time. All right. So we talked about burnout last week, and we talked about paying attention to that and being aware of burnout, but I want to continue that. It was mentioned again. I saw a slew of different articles that touched on 2023 mental health goals and the like. And what I continue to see a theme of is paying attention to burnout, okay? We overload ourselves. We want everything to happen overnight. We put such high expectations on ourselves and sometimes even others, and it leads to burnout. So there are physical symptoms of burnout, and these may sound familiar to you, but these are the things you want to be aware of. Changes in appetite, eating too much, maybe eating too little, sleeping too much, sleeping too little, not having a whole lot of energy to do things, lacking motivation maybe to complete things. So those are some signs of burnout that you can notice physically. You may notice aches and pains in your body. You may notice headaches. You may notice cognitive fogginess, just your thoughts being hard to decipher, your thought life not being that clear, just kind of muddled. So those are some signs. Some of you might be like, man, I experienced depression and that sounds the same way. But they're different. Some of the signs and symptoms of burnout and depression they kind of overlap, like with a lot of things. But the difference is you won't necessarily experience a lack of interest or pleasure in doing things with burnout unless it's related to the fact that you're exhausted. Usually you can tie your symptoms back to stress related to work or overloading yourself with tasks. Or overloading yourself at work, or, being run down at work. You may be able to tie it back to that. So one thing we would want to assess when you come to see us, are you experiencing burnout? Are you experiencing depression? Because while some of the symptoms overlap, they are very different. And one is can be a little bit more severe than the other. So definitely you would want to, if you're experiencing any of those physical symptoms and they're noticeable and uncomfortable for you, you might want to give us a call so we can help figure out. Burnout is not a diagnosis. Depression is a diagnosis. So you want to know, am I dealing with a life circumstance contributed to burnout, or am I dealing with depression and my symptoms are a result of that? But again, that's going to take a mental health professional and or a medical professional to help you tease out the difference between those. Do y'all have any questions about that? That's our first point. Can you have both? You absolutely can have both. You absolutely can have both. And having both is extremely uncomfortable. Take it from someone who knows. I've experienced them both before, and has taken years for me to recover from. So that's why I'm so passionate about y'all, like keeping y'all ahead of the game, keeping y'all being proactive. I don't want y'all to make the mistake I did and get help in a crisis situation, or get help interventively. Like, yes, we do want you to have interventions, but proactive therapy, proactive counseling is going to be a lot better for you, and you'll be able to, the recovery journey won't be quite as involved as if you just let this kind of go on without getting any help or getting any guidance in those areas. So yes, that's a very good question. Let's see. Yeah, postpartum. If you don't already come see us, I have Miss Joey Gresham that works. Her passion is she's one of our clinical therapists here at Yellowbird, and she specializes in working with moms and postpartum symptoms and postnatal care and things of that nature. So definitely stay tuned, because I will put our number up if you're not already seeing us. Again, I wish I could remember everybody. And even if I did, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, you come see us. I'm not going to do that. But if you don't, I'm going to put the simple number, and all you got to do is just text one word to that number, and we can get you set up with Miss Joey, because postpartum, from what I hear, is very uncomfortable. That, and I also have my own clients that have dealt with it as well. And I know that it's not comfortable at all. And we don't want you having to continue to struggle through that by yourself if you're not already seeing somebody. So yes, postpartum, on top of seasonal affective, on top of, anything else with daily life, could definitely be a challenge. So stay tuned. We can get you taken care of with that. Let's see. How soon after a partner's passing should one pursue a relationship? You know what? That's a really good question. That's a good question. And it's very individualized. I can't, that is not a one size fits all type of thing. Okay. That's not a, all you have to do is this, or this is how much time. It really depends on you. It really just depends on you and where you are, and maybe things you may need to work through. So definitely, I would say, if you're not already seeking a therapist, again, stay tuned. I'll provide you with our information so that you can reach out, and I make it easy, because me, as somebody who manages my own depression and anxiety, I don't want to jump through a bunch of hoops. So I have made our intake and referral process so simple and seamless. So if you're like me, it's nothing. If I was watching this live and dealing with a lot of anxiety or depression, and you told me all I had to do was text one word to this number, and that will put me on the path to help, change and manage my life, I'm going to do that. I'm going to text that one word, and I hold your hand all the way through it, from talking to me to getting to your therapist. We hold your hand. I'm start back real soon though. Oh, well, you said you talked to Kayla. If you talk to Kayla and you want to stick with Kayla, that's cool. Or, either way, Kayla or Joey, but either way. Let's see. I've been diagnosed with major depression. I have a lot of work issues which cause stress on top of that. Do you know someone who I can see? Yep, definitely. Again, anybody that's asking for therapy, I'm not going to leave y'all. I'm going to put our number up in this live. I'm going to put it right here where you see this banner. And you can text me tonight if you want to, and I'll get y'all set up tomorrow. So definitely, yes, I do. I have several somebodies actually that can help you work through and deal with that. Y'all are coming with some good stuff. Somebody said something about Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer is feeling a little under the weather, so I had to do this alone tonight. But y'all send your thoughts to Miss Jennifer, because she's just, sickness happens. It's that time of year. So, yes. All right. And make sure you're sharing and bringing a friend, especially if you're in the text community. You're going to want to share and get a friend in here with us as we go through these points. But yeah, so that the first point that we've covered so far is pay attention to burnout. And we talked about the differences and similarities between burnout and depression, and, experiencing them both. All right. Find joy in a workout. I know, workout can sound like, it can just sound like so just daunting. I know. There have been points in my life where I really, really enjoyed working out. And then periods in my life like now where I really, really haven't enjoyed working out. And I told y'all at the end of last year that I was probably not going to be much further than I was. And, I think I'm going to be better because I'll be offloading some tasks to my interns. So I will be able to get myself back into a workout regimen. I started off strong at the beginning of the year, but as Yellowbird grew, you know how it is with your kids. You got to attend to your child. And your child sometimes can make you lose sight of your personal. So definitely I'm working on my own things for the new year. So, and starting off small. You don't got to jump into the gym. That ain't got to be the thing you do. Let me tell you this. Some of my clients had to start so small as just walking from their front door to the mailbox once a day. It can start that small. You're like, oh, that's easy. That ain't really a workout. Well, it is if you're not doing anything. It is. Or getting up and walking around, like something that simple. Or even if you're like, oh, I'm having trouble getting out of bed, doing some leg exercises in the bed. They came out with those. I saw a lot of those little videos like last year, just bed exercises you could do. Starting somewhere that doesn't, again, like last week, that doesn't seem so big and daunting. If you're like, oh, that's easy, I can do that, that's probably the best place to start. Instead of thinking, oh, that ain't nothing. No, because we're not going to stay there. We're just going to start there. And sometimes people get starting there confused with staying there. Okay. And a lot of times with my clients, once we do that for whatever period of time, we decide on that they stay consistent with it, then we add on something else. So you might start off January 1 with one walk to the mailbox and back to your door, but you may end at bodybuilding. Who knows? Who knows? But any step, and that's what I tell my clients, any step is progress. It doesn't have to be big to be a progressive step. It just has to be a step, okay? An inch is a step, a centimeter is a step, a half a centimeter is a step, a foot is a step, a yard is a step, a mile is a step. They're all a step. It's just, where do you want to start at? What starting point is best for you? And that is best sometimes figured out and working that out in a counseling session, because maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you're you deal with inconsistency. Maybe you're somebody that struggles with inconsistency. I talked to one of my younger clients about that today when we were structuring things for back to school scheduling. And we were able to figure out a good starting point. Okay. And then because they are in therapy weekly, I'm able to follow up with them each week on that and help encourage them and help them figure out what's working for them sooner rather than later, before they get to December and they're like, man, I didn't do anything. Because I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to keep up with their goals for them. And all they have to do is execute them through the week, and I will stick with them and examine how we can make their goals be more effective for them. So, and it doesn't even have to be a walk. It could be, when's a time that you have done, I want y'all all to think of it and put it in the comments. Think of a time where you were moving and you were happy. What were you doing? Just any type of movement. Doesn't necessarily have to be a workout exercise, but think of a time where you were in motion, your body was in motion, and you were happy. Think of it. Put it in the comments. When was a time you were in motion and you were happy? Put it in the comments. Let's see what people say. Bed yoga. Yep. Yeah, it is daunting. I'm telling you, I'm at that lazy point in my life. And I used to be super duper active. Super duper. But the pandemic, I almost kind of wish I would have dealt, if I had to choose between COVID or getting back into that routine. I say this very loosely, y'all, because I will not at all minimize somebody's COVID experience and when and people have actually died. So I say it now, but it's like, man, gain 40 pounds or have COVID and recover. That's hard to say. That's real hard. It's real hard. So I was like, I would choose COVID. I don't know, because I also have asthma. And that's what's the thing that really scared me about COVID, is because I just was like, I don't want to die, because I know what it feels like to not be able to breathe and be near death because you can't breathe, because I've had asthma attacks that almost took me out. So, but I would say mentally, the effects of, gaining gaining weight because of being inside and more sedentary. It's new for me. It's new because those of you who have known me for, even since I started doing these lives, I am a lot bigger than I was. And I was sickly thin then. So no, I don't want to be back that small. I'll probably just lose half of what I gained because I was too small. I looked like my face was a little sunken in. I was looking like Schmeagol, and I didn't know. That wasn't good. For my body type, it's, for me to be that small, it's not very appealing to me. So for me, just for me. Now, if you're small, that doesn't mean that it's not appealing for you, because you're a different person than I am. But for me personally, for me to be as small as I was, but to go from as small as I was to where I am now, that did a number on my mental. So, but think of a time, what do we got for people? Playing with my dog. See there? That's an exercise activity. That's a good one. Playing with my dog. I was taking my daughter for a walk. Good one. Hot yoga. That's a good one. Jumping on the trampoline with the boys. That's a good one. What about with sushi, Candace? What about with sushi? Hazel said doing yoga and took a walk. So you see all those options that you have for being able to implement movement in your life. So maybe instead of using the word workout, because when I hear that word, it's like, ugh, like my brain automatically is like, oh my God, big task. But how about movement? Just calling it movement. So maybe what's one movement goal that you can set? Just one, and it doesn't have to be long. It could be 1 minute, it can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes. If you feel like you need to start small, maybe start. What's a 1 minute movement you can do and start each day? And do it at some point during the day. Whenever you feel like you're most able to do it. What's one movement goal you can set for yourself? So that's one. We want to get you started and then we'll build on it, okay? But you got to start somewhere, all right? Yeah, quick dance break. That's a good one. Dance breaks are great. Me, I love trap music. So twerking is like really a thing. It's okay. But anyways, yes, thank you, Lakira, for that. We chilling in the bed too often. Sushi, make your mama get up. That dog is so precious. That Sushi dog. And I just love dogs. But that Sushi is a sweet girl. Let's see. All right, task paralysis, y'all. As somebody who deals with this, I'm telling you, you can overcome it. I'm telling you, you can. If I can do it, you can too. And I run a business. And I see clients on the daily. And task paralysis, yeah. You're probably like, what is task paralysis? Well, task paralysis is when you are so overwhelmed by your task. We talked about procrastination last week. Well, this is the entirety of that. Where you just don't do anything. You just freeze and don't move. It's like your fight or flight or freeze. You freeze or flight or avoid. So one way to deal with that task paralysis, a thing that has really helped me as a very highly anxious person, like I said, if I don't even let myself say I'm gonna do it later. I don't even, unless it's something like I really got to do later. So like, for example, if I got to reach out to a client for something and it's 9:00 at night, that's appropriate for me to wait till later because I have a cutoff time for, unless it's one of my personal clients. But if it's like one of my clients for under one of my other therapists and I need something from that client, I'm gonna wait till the next day. That's an okay thing, but I'm gonna put it at the top of the day. I'm gonna put it right on at the top of the day. So dealing with task paralysis, like if you're in appropriate times to do whatever the task is, then you want to go on ahead and do it right then. You want to go on ahead and do it right then. So like I gave y'all an example last week of when I open emails. So I have to have particular block of time set aside because opening the email may not just be me opening the email and reading it. It may be opening the email, seeing what it is, and completing another task attached to that email. So I just go on ahead and do it right then. And if I land on one of those emails, that's where I stop. And I just have to be okay with that and pick up emails again at the next time that I have it blocked off in my schedule to do. With me seeing clients and running the practice, I have to have a block schedule. So I'll answer texts at a specific time. I'll answer emails at a specific time. I'll do co-pays at a specific time. I do sessions at a specific time. Like, it has to go like that. It has to go like that. Otherwise, I will have task paralysis and be overwhelmed and just not do anything. So to keep me from doing that, I have to block schedule and do the task right then. So I don't really do to-do list anymore because that can be a trigger for task paralysis for me. So I don't do to-do list unless it's like so like tonight before I go to bed, I'll say, okay, what 3 tasks do I want to start the day with tomorrow? Because when I wake up as an entrepreneur, my cortisol levels are already high. Like, oh my gosh, I got a business to run. So I need to, before I go to bed, I pick the 3 tasks that I'm going to start with. No more than 3 though. No more than 3. And so it happened to me today. I had the things that I was going to start the day doing, but I noticed that like if there's a smaller task intertwined with one of those bigger tasks, it could take me down a rabbit hole and take me off the task. I had to say out loud to myself, and I recommend this to clients as well. No self, you said you were going to do these 3 things. After you're done with these 3 things, then you can go on to another task if you have time. If you don't have time, you'll put this rabbit hole stuff on the next day and make those the 3 tasks you start with on tomorrow, which is what I'm going to do. Okay? But I'm able to complete tasks a lot better if I allow myself to just focus on one task at a time and a small list of tasks at a time. Then I can execute them a lot more effectively. I can respond to people a lot more completely. I can respond to people even a lot quicker if I allow myself to do that. So definitely, and that may take some time for you to develop, especially if it's a new concept for you. So again, come on over to Yellowbird, and I got a therapist that can help you on those things, because it's something that we implement in our own lives. I make sure my therapist, I work with them on that. Like, okay, personally, what's going to help? How do you need to structure your schedule? Because they do contract work. They make their own schedules, but if you don't have somebody looming over your head, because I don't micromanage, I don't do that. I'm going to check on you every 30 days, and you can reach out to me when you need something, or if I need something pressing. But other than that, we're going to do a whole assessment of how you're doing every 30 days. That's how we do it. And so self-care is on that list. And so we set goals, we implement different types of block scheduling. I have the way that I want their work, the workflow to best work for them so they have a good quality of life and don't burn themselves out. That is structured and woven into how we carry our task out in the practice. So definitely there are ways to go about that. And I'm telling you, don't feel like you can't do this, because you can. If I can, you can. Trust me, because I know me. If I can, you can. Let me tell you something. I got a box of mail sitting over there. Not for my business. I would not dare have my business mail sent here, because I would never see it. But I got a box of mail over there that, had I worked it into my schedule like I needed to, would not be there. So I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. I am not any better than you. I promise. All right. Let's see. Let me look at some. I've been trying to block out 30 minutes for tasks just to get started, and that's been helping me get things done. That's good. Perfect. Yeah. See, you start somewhere. Not only, but why 3 the magic number? For me, there's no real science behind that. Like if you're somebody that can do more than that, go with it. But for me to get started and not feel overwhelmed, 3 is my comfortable number. So I don't do more than 3. And I might have to repeat it to myself. And that's easy for me to say, okay, I got to do this, then do this, then do this. And I have to repeat it every time I see myself veering outside of those 3 tasks. I'm like, no, self, you're doing this, this, and this, 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 and this, 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 and this. And I have to sometimes repeat it several times to keep myself on the task that I had the time allotted for. And then I allot new time for the tasks that come up in between there. But yeah, it's not like any necessary science to that. I'm sure I'm sure I could find the article on what's the appropriate amount of time to set our like list number of tasks. But for me, 3 is my magic number. So yeah. But if you can do 5, go for it. If you can do 10, go for it. Like if that is comfortable for you. But 3 is comfortable for me. So your housekeeper might sort it into the trash next week. No, I'm gonna get it done. I will. I am. I'm gonna go through it. I am. I'm getting more mental space. I am. It is next to my chair. I moved it from the fireplace to the chair, so I'm ready. Like we're see any step of progress is progress. So I moved it to my chair. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna have some time. I'm gonna go through it. That's happening. It is. It is. How do you get out of fear of test taking? I have been in a field for 25 years, but can't get out of my own head to take the test. I would want to know, where did it originate? Where did the test anxiety originate, and why? And what belief do you have about yourself that you may not be aware of? What core belief might that come from? So, yeah, again, y'all are asking some questions that I wish was one size fits all, but they're not. But that's where, if I was working with you as a therapist, that's where I would start. So definitely, that would be something, a counseling thing that you might want to reach out to us about, on how for you personally, you can conquer that test taking anxiety. But me, as a cognitive behavioral therapist and EMDR therapist, which is a lot of my therapists, at least cognitive behavioral, we're going to start with, where did the test taking anxiety start? What belief about yourself that you may not be aware of are you playing in your mind when test comes up? And then we would implement exercises appropriate for you to help you overcome your test taking anxiety. So, are y'all bringing y'all friends in? Are y'all sharing this live? It's going to benefit you heavily. Be sure you're sharing this live. Text in the link. You can share the link. If you click on the share button, it has more options. You can copy and paste the link to your friends and bring them in, because they may need this. And definitely share it, at the very least, to your timelines or any groups that you're in, because someone else is going to need to start their new year off on the right foot, and they may not know how. So definitely share. Well, you know what, Tanea, I got some other therapists on my team that are just as good as me. I make sure to hire therapists that are just as good as me, and they will be able to help you with that as well. So if you give us a text, I'll get you set up. Are there any simple things we can do to be prepared for things we know will give anxiety? Yeah, it just depends on what it is, though. Depends on what it is. But I'll give you some very general things. So before I start my day, because my day can bring me anxiety, just, of course, because it's filled with tasks. And like today, I was overwhelmed with anxiety because I had tasks to do, not because I'm behind on a task, but because I had tasks. So and we're going to talk about this a little farther down, but I do regulatory breathing. And people are like, oh, well, I don't know what taking some deep breaths going to do for me. La, 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 la. It's because you don't know how your nervous system works. And that's why. And so those are one of the things that I would want to explain the science behind. But I have to do slow, controlled breaths. I have to do slow, controlled breaths at the beginning of every day and before I start a task. And that's helping my sympathetic nervous system to calm its, to get calm. So I don't know why I just got lost in my thoughts, because you know what it was? Because I'd be like, is sympathetic or parasympathetic? And I've been knowing this for a long time. And I still be like, but is it sympathetic or parasympathetic? Your sympathetic is where you fight or flight. Your parasympathetic is your rest and digest. So in order to calm my sympathetic and activate my parasympathetic, I have to take slow, controlled, deep breaths. And I notice my thoughts start to clear up. And I do it with my eyes closed. When I open my eyes, it's like I can see the world more positively because my body and my mind are calm. So definitely, that's a general one. And for your parasympathetic nervous system to really activate, you want to do rounds of deep breaths, or square breathing is another exercise for about 5 minutes. You want to do it for about 5 minutes, and that helps get you grounded and set. So that's general. But again, for more specific tips, you want to talk to your therapist about it. I got an intern that's really great. We were talking about the vagus nerve and how to regulate your vagus nerve that runs from your brain. And we're talking about that too tonight, but that runs from your brain to your abdomen, which is known as the information speedway, super speedway, but vagus nerve regulation to help with relaxation and parasympathetic nervous system regulation and activation. So Miss Lindsay Bledsoe is my therapist, who is very versed in vagus nerve regulation. So yeah. Let's see. My therapist recommended ice bath. I don't know which system is helping, but I do think it helps. Yeah, or dipping your face in ice cold water. That helps with vagus nerve regulation as well. I went to Jeju and tried to submerge my butt naked body in an ice bath, and woo, it was a bit much. So I don't know if I could do my whole body in an ice bath, but definitely I could dip my face in the ice bath and try that. Let's see. I have had an issue all day. I feel like it's festering. Well, definitely, like I said, y'all, I'm going to get y'all up and going. For those of you that are feeling like you're really struggling, I am going to get the number up so you can reach out to us and I'll get you connected. Yeah, my whole naked body, the whole thing, because they don't let you wear clothes in Jeju. You can't even wear a swimsuit or nothing. Yep. The shock to the body. Yes, cold showers are good too. Y'all are giving some great feedback. Why does it take several days to get back regulated after being around someone that triggers you to the point you feel dysregulated internally? Well, because it could be a trauma. It could be a trauma trigger. It could be. And sometimes with anxiety or even panic, it can take your body a second to re-regulate. And so you definitely will want to have not only a daily regimen, but a regimen of, a toolkit of something you can do when you're out and about. So that, it can take your body a bit to catch up after an anxiety provoking situation. It can take a second, just depending on how dysregulated it makes you. So yeah. Yeah. So, but y'all, let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick. I did this last week and it helped me. Who has a share symbol beside their name? Oh yeah. So I guess Star's gonna help me make sure. Because if you know, you know. Let's see. I'm looking at some other comments. Let's see. But before we go on, since people are feeling a little dysregulated in here, let us go on ahead and I'm going to do 2 breathing exercises, the one that I do and then the squared breathing exercise. But this is the one I do daily. And I also have been doing what's called acupressure massages. One of my nurse practitioners told me that actually that releases endorphins. What you're doing, my hand's very bright, so sorry. Lack of melanin issues. But anyways, that area between your thumb, my hand looks real bright. Okay, that area between your thumb and pointer, there's like that little flap of skin right there. You're like just lightly massaging that. So this is what I do. I massage that and I take my deep breath, very slow and controlled. And you can do it with me if you're able. Again. And one more. And you want to do it slow so you don't feel all lightheaded and stuff. You want to make sure it's very slow and controlled so you don't get lightheaded. So that's what I do. But you can do, when I worked in the hospital, I worked in the psychiatric hospital for a couple years. And every day when we would do our morning groups on the unit that I was responsible for, we would do what's known as squared breathing. So that's where you breathe in for however count, which would be a 4 count. Usually people can do at least a 4 count. Hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts. So that looks like this. You breathe in. Hold that for 4 counts. Breathe out for 4 counts. One more time, do it with me. If you can, breathe in for 4. Hold that breath for 4. Breathe out for 4. And we would do like 32 rounds, which was about 5 minutes. We would do that, and then it would help. And they were very acutely mentally ill, and it was still very helpful to them to just help get their day started and help ground them and just what their goals were for the day. But it would be our goal setting group. So yeah. So that helps. Good. I'm glad that helped. Exercise, breathing exercises are great. They feel really great. The share symbol, what does it look like? And y'all, if y'all shared, make sure that your share is public. Otherwise, we won't be able to see it. We won't be able to check on your page. But since we're talking about sharing, go on ahead and hit that share button and either share this on your timeline in one of your groups. In order to be eligible for you, if you gotta share it on Facebook. But definitely, if you want to do more than that, you can click the more options button and you can copy the link and paste it into a text message to your friend or to them on Messenger so they can join. And you want your friends to join tonight. You really do want your friends to join, especially if you're in the text community. You know why you want your friends to join tonight. Heavy wink. All right, cool. So we were talking about task paralysis and kind of some things to do with that. Some breathing exercises. We did some of those, and that's daily. You can't, it's not a one and done thing. None of this stuff is going to be just one and done. Okay. It's something that you're going to have to implement regularly. Okay. Because you didn't get to where you are overnight. So you're not going to get from where you are overnight. Everything is a journey. Okay. Everything is a journey. Wilderness healing. So that's into with nature, like the wind, how it smells outside, maybe the sounds of the wilderness, trees, water. If if there's a stream or a pond, body of water somewhere, just, really engaging with outdoors as much as you can. And I know with the weather being either too hot or too cold, it can make it difficult for some months during the year. But even just a few minutes is better than nothing. Something's better than nothing. Okay. So definitely going outside and engaging with nature is something that you want to implement in your mental health regimen in this upcoming year if you're not already doing it. Panic attack coaching. All right. For those of you, and you may not, there's a difference between a panic attack and an anxiety attack. An anxiety attack I've had them both, so I can kind of tell you. But the anxiety attack is more of like, for me, it feels like my brain just starts to melt inside of my skull. And it's like overwhelmed with thoughts, racing thoughts. And I can't stop thinking. I can't stop worrying. And it's just like, just comes up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having an anxiety attack. And so I have to do whatever I need to do to regulate myself. Oftentimes it's the deep breathing, and I'll have to do that for a period of time. So usually if I notice an anxiety attack about to onset, I go on ahead and kick it into high gear. But I've also been doing that for a long time. So I've built up a callus to anxiety, even though I still deal with it, but I'm able to manage it a lot better than I was before. And when I first started noticing the anxiety attack, that may not be quite as apparent as a panic attack, which is feeling like, panic attacks suck, man. I feel like when I've had panic attacks, it's like my body gets real heavy. I can't breathe. It's like those dreams where you like feel like you can't move, like a paralysis, and you can't breathe or move, but it's like in your waking life, and it's like being held in by a bunch of seat belts. And when I've had panic attacks, it's like, my body is too heavy for me to move it, and I can't breathe. My heart rate picks up. I might get hot, and my stomach might start feeling a little weird. So one thing you can do is redirect yourself very simply. And so what I'll do is ask myself, okay, so what's your name? What's your first and last name? Super simple. All right, my first and last name, Dominique Cecil. Okay, what's my date of birth? Okay, what day is it today? What date is it today? What time is it? Like simple questions that your answers, you don't have to think too hard about. Stuff that you like the back of your hand. Okay, what stuff like that to kind of bring yourself back into the moment. So that's one way, or reminding yourself why you're safe in that situation. If it's a situation where you are safe, and I mean in all areas, that what I just told you might help if you're not necessarily sure if you're like mentally or emotionally safe. But if you are in a safe situation, just saying, okay, so these are the reasons why you're safe. You're inside your house and the door is locked. Nobody's going to come in. No appliances are on that could catch fire, like whatever, like just reminding yourself of why you're safe in the situation. And again, that may be specific, you may need to come up with some things with your therapist that are more specific to your circumstance. But definitely being able to readily identify why you're safe to help bring mindfulness to the situation and re-regulate and redirect yourself. So panic attack coaching. We talked about vagus nerve regulation. Again, the vagus nerve runs from your brain to your abdomen, and regulation of that, we will have overall relaxation. So we talked about dipping your face in ice water, definitely mindfulness sessions, and there's different things you can do for mindfulness, and definitely breathing exercises. Those are just 3 general things. Here's something I ain't never heard of though: brown noise. So I wonder, let me see if I can look this up with y'all, because I want to know what this brown noise is. Brown noise on YouTube. Oh, okay, cool. So I looked it up and I found it. So let's see. Brown noise that you can listen to. I don't know if y'all can even hear it, but I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I pulled up. And it's, it's kind of like, and you know what? I turn on my fan in my bathroom sometime and it sounds like this, but I keep my fan on in my bathroom because it's calming. So let's see. But it sounds like fan or running water, brown noise. Yeah. I did not know that's what that was called, but it reminds me of like running water or like listening to waves. It's very consistent though, like your fan, like if you turn a fan on in your bathroom. It's consistent and even. So brown noise, also something that helps with regulation and relaxation. So there you go. Yeah, I could see how over time, for listening to that for a period of time could be helpful. Donna said, I love brown noise. Yeah, me too. I just didn't know that that's what it was called, but yes. Yeah, brown noise, I love it. There's also white noise. Let's see if we can find that. I want to see if I can find white noise. White noise for sleeping. Ooh, that's helpful. White noise. See what white noise is. Share my screen. For sleep, study, and focus. I'm going to try it tomorrow. It sounds like brown noise, but a little bit more upbeat. Like a little bit like of a higher pitch. than the brown. But I like the white noise too. I like that too. I think the white noise, I would probably, for me personally, I would probably use the white noise for like waking and the brown noise for sleeping. For me personally, just thinking of how I felt just then. But you, whatever works for you, do it. You know what I'm saying? Thunderstorms every night. Yep. She do listen to that. Danielle said, I use it with my newborns during their photo sessions. Oh, I'm a white noise type of girl. It's a little louder, but it works. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would use the white noise for waking for myself and then the brown noise for sleeping. Yep, and the ocean sounds are good too. Y'all are right. Y'all know these are things you want to implement. So you definitely, I would say, take one or two of these to start with at the new year that we're talking about. Don't try to do them all at once, but definitely take one or two of these that you're not already doing. All right, anxiety as an asset. So utilizing, because there is a healthy amount of anxiety. To totally eliminate anxiety, we don't want to do. Do you know why we don't want to do that? Can anybody tell me why we don't want to totally eliminate all anxiety out of your life forever? Who can tell me? Can anybody? Well, let me tell you. There is a healthy amount of anxiety because our bodies, and our minds are designed for a healthy amount of anxiety. So, like, that motivates us or pushes us into doing what we need to do. Like, okay, there may be some anxiety associated with starting a new job because you don't know what to expect and you want to be prepared. So you're going to, make sure that you're a healthy amount of prepared for your situation because you're aware of it. That's your body letting you know that something's coming up. There's something to prepare for, or that there may be something that you need to be aware of for safety reasons, So sometimes it keeps us safe. Do we want overactive anxiety? Hell no. I'm telling you, as an anxious person, no. But I'm at the point now where I'm able to recognize healthy anxiety versus unhealthy anxiety levels. So definitely there's a healthy amount associated with normal life transitions like new job, new house, new relationship, financial, budgeting, like healthy amounts that keep you aware of those type of things, or physical safety situations, things like that. But a healthy amount is not a debilitating amount. It's just a noticeable amount that pushes you into the direction you need to go into. But like I said, it's not debilitating or distracting. If it's debilitating or distracting, that's not a healthy amount. That's too much. All right. Wellness non-negotiables. All right. These may be a little harder to set, but identifying, implementing, and executing your wellness non-negotiables. So like knowing I need to get X amount of hours of sleep, that's a non-negotiable. I need to be asleep by this time, or else my next day is going to be messed up, which will mess up my next week, which could mess up my next month. So I need this amount of sleep, need in bed by this time. I have to eat this much at this time. Like there's some things that you need to be aware of that are non-negotiables that you have to do regardless to keep yourself healthy, and to keep yourself mentally grounded. So definitely, if you don't know what those are, that's what you're going to want to identify with your therapist in your next session. If you don't have a therapist, don't you worry. I'm going to put our information up there. I did not forget. I'm going to make sure you have it. And then you can screenshot it and share it to your friend who's also dealing with who could be dealing with some stuff, or your coworker, or your cousin, or your mom, or your auntie, or your brother, your sister. Then journaling. And I know people are just like, I don't know what to journal about. Well, there's a structure to journaling if you're not a writer. Okay? If you're not a writer, there is a structure called bullet journaling. Okay? And there are specific things that you focus on. For me, as a cognitive behavioral therapist, what bullet journaling might look like for some of my clients is every day, what I want you to do is I want you to notate either with one word or one sentence or one paragraph, whatever you feel like you can muster up, but at least one word. How did you feel about yourself just that day? How did you feel about just the people you interacted with just that day? And how did you feel about just the environments that you were in that day? To build that awareness of your emotions and your responses to yourself, the world, and others. Okay, because those are 3 key points that we focus on in cognitive behavioral therapy: is the beliefs and thoughts about yourself, the world, and others. And so over time, over a week's time, you'll notice a theme of what you're experiencing about yourself, the world, and others. Okay. And again, it can be as little as one word or as much as one paragraph, just whatever you feel like you can muster. So like, how did I feel about myself today? I felt accomplished. How did I feel about the people I interacted with this today? Well, I've mostly only interacted with clients, so I felt compassionate towards them. And then how did I feel about the environment I was in today? Well, I worked from home. Things were pretty calm. So I felt pleased with my environment. And that could be it. That could be it. That could be all. And then you process what you come up with your therapist in your next session. Boom. Can be that simple. All right. Doesn't have to be a big daunting task. Some tools that you may want to pick too. Again, at least 1 or 2 of these. If you want to pick more, you can, but at least 1 or 2 for the new year. What's an at-home calming routine regimen? Several of my clients have morning routines and evening routines. And then my highly anxious clients have morning, afternoon, and evening routines that we've come up with that are specialized and work specifically for their situations. So you want to have an at-home calming routine. Maybe for when you come home from work, maybe when you wake up in the morning, if you're like me, your cortisol levels are super high, maybe wind down for bed, calming activity, whatever it looks like for your situation. What are a couple things you can do on the go if you're experiencing anxiety while you're out? And a lot of my clients have a anxiety on the go toolkit that they pull from, like if they're at work or at a social gathering or, something like that. The breathing, we talked about at least 5 minutes each day of breathing regimen. Affirmation regimen. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, though, if you're like, affirmations don't work for me, you've probably only said it once, whatever the affirmation is, one time, and you probably said it when you were in a crisis state. So no, that's not how they work. Affirmations are a proactive thing, okay? They're a preventative thing, and they're an interventive thing, but they're preventative, and you have to, the regimen has to be to where you are rerouting the neural networks that the negative thoughts are traveling down. So you have to do them, at least saying one affirmation, at least, this is just at least 30 times daily, not 30 times only when you feel bad about yourself, 30 times every day, okay? Consistently until you start noticing those thoughts becoming more automatic. If you want to know why, look up neuroplasticity. Identifying a support system, okay? And if you don't have any, we're about to start groups up. If you're like, I don't have anyone, well, guess what? We're about to start up groups, several. Because my interns really need to be doing groups as their courses study. So they'll be doing individual and groups. So we'll get those up and going starting in January. So definitely come on in. They're free and they're virtual, so you can do them for the comfort of your home or wherever you're comfortable. We talked about journaling daily and how simple that can look. Identifying triggers. You need to be aware of what your triggers are, one, so you can work through them, and until you to a place where you've been able to work through them, you're not putting yourself in triggering situations before you're able to work through them. Establishing routine. We talked about that, whether that's block scheduling, morning self-care, afternoon self-care, evening self-care. And then what's a daily mood enhancing exercise that you can do? Really, my deep breathing is mine. Having my cup of coffee, doing my breathing, and definitely playing with the dogs. Dogs are playing with them is mood enhancing. So those are some things that you may want to consider. We discuss things to be aware of, interventions that you can be identifying, and different things to put in your mental health toolkit for the new year that you may not already be doing. So yeah, that. Any questions? Comments? Concerns? The number. Sorry. Thank you. All right, let me put the number up if y'all need a therapist, okay? And I'll tell you, let me put number. Where you at, number? Where you at? Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. So, if you have insurance or you want a therapist who's not a student and you want to pay private, even if you don't have insurance, you'll text NEW to this number. If you cannot afford therapy, then you want to text intern to this number. I'll say it again. If you have insurance or you want a more advanced therapist, text the word NEW to this number. But if you want free therapy, or if you got a friend or a family member or coworker that want free therapy, they can't afford it, or they don't have insurance and and they just want help, and they don't necessarily have to see an advanced person. They can see one of my awesome student therapists under my direct supervision, which y'all know, I ain't gonna just let y'all know. They get a lot of support from me. Okay, then you'll text the word intern to that number instead. And it'll be like seeing a mini-me. So you can text intern for free therapy, or for insurance or private pay therapy, you text the word NEW. All right. So we got everybody covered. Literally anybody can get therapy. Okay. We at Yellowbird have made therapy accessible for literally anyone. Okay. Anyone, free or paid. You can have them both. All right. So definitely text NEW or text intern. If you have a friend or family member or a coworker or somebody that came to mind, take a screenshot of this, or you could copy and paste it and send it to them. Okay. So definitely. They need practice. They do. And they're actually really, really great. I had somebody tell me, oh, I don't want to work with somebody learning the ropes. You're underestimating my interns. You're underestimating them. They all have cases just like my staff therapist, and all of their clients love them. So, don't be so quick and it usually is people in the profession. It's not people like, it'll be other students that downplay them, but not students on their level. Like it'll be a bachelor's level social worker downplaying the master's level, which is a very different. The master's level social worker and a psychology student versus a master's level counseling psychology student are not the same thing. Okay. When you're an undergrad, you're learning generally what you'll do. And when you're a master's student, you're learning more specialized what you're going to do and actual treatment. you're not able to treat anybody with a bachelor's. Okay, so they're actually learning treatment. So don't downplay them. I'm telling you, and they are very superior interns. I'm very selective. So yeah, you text intern if you're not able to pay anything, or even if you have insurance, but maybe you can't afford a copay, or maybe you have a deductible that you can't afford, you can still text intern. Okay. If you can afford it, or you have the resources that you need and would like to see a more advanced therapist, you can text new to this number. Okay. Yay! I'm glad you love therapy help. Me too. Yes, definitely tell your friends and family. Yeah, we do family. We do individual, couples, family, and group therapies here. Yep, working out is good. It definitely releases endorphins. Feels good, but sitting down feels better to me. Well, yes, definitely be sure that whatever your coping strategies are actually helpful and safe for you, and that you're not putting yourself. These are great tools to take into 2023. These conversations are so needed. Yep. I try to keep y'all abreast. I definitely do. I try to keep y'all abreast. All right, to everything. And I try to be proactive and very intentional about the topics that we choose. That's why I plan them out a month in advance. Okay. I used to do them on the fly, but over the past 2 years, I've been really planning them out and putting them in our newsletter, so you'll know what to expect. Okay. Any other questions if you know, you know. Before if you know, the people in the text community, make sure you check it again real quick. Make sure you followed all the steps now. Don't short yourself. Make sure you followed all the steps. Yep. And you know what? Our group therapy sessions look very similar to this, except for they're more interactive and you're not typing. You can actually talk. So, yep. Our group therapy sessions are pretty similar to this, but you're able to actually respond and talk instead of just type. I'm in Chelsea too. Cool. Well, okay, if you're in Oregon, we only can service people in the states right now of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and New Jersey. Those are the 4 states we can service right now because we got to have license to work. But soon, my LPCs, which is myself, that's my licensure type, and a few of my other therapists, we'll be in a compact that it'll just be one application we fill out, and we'll be able to service 14 states under that one application. Instead of having to get licensed individually for each state, we'll have 14 states that we can automatically service. And I'll let y'all know as soon as that compact is complete, because I'm excited. But some of the states in it are New Hampshire, Florida, Tennessee, I think Ohio, I don't know. I have to look at it again, but it's a good number of states on there. It's at least 14. The community definitely makes me feel like family for sure. I'm glad. I try to make that community feel like family. Georgia will be in there in the counseling and the compact. All right. Okay. Let me see. Make sure now, y'all in the text community, you better have a friend in here. or a few, because you're going to be shorting yourself if you don't. You better call them up and tell them what you want. All right, let's see. Who? Said let him know when GA makes the list. Will do. I will definitely keep y'all as soon. Don't worry about it. As soon as the compact is finalized, I will be singing it from the rooftops because we'll be able to be more expansive. It should be within the next year. Okay, it's already cut off, but I'm trying to figure out who's the last person. So tonight is the last Cash App giveaway of the year. And last week we did $225 winners. But tonight, if you shared and you brought friends, I'm giving, if you win and you brought friends, I'm giving you $25 extra per friend that you bought, up to 4 friends. Okay? So, how much am I gonna do? Let me think about it. This is the last one of the year, so I'm gonna do a cool 200. I'm gonna do a cool 200 off top. So if you win and you bought 4 friends, that's $300. Okay? And then I gotta see them in here. They gotta be in here. All right. But a cool 200 off top, close out the year. We're doing a cool 200. Okay? We're doing a cool 200. So let me go on ahead and see who did things. You had to have in here before now. Yeah. Your friends got to be in here, and they got to be able to, I got to see them. But we're doing a cool 200. Who's the last person? I'm scrolling up. I'm not even looking at the bottom. I'm scrolling up to the top to see who did it. Who was in the, see, it benefits you to be in our text community, and it benefits you to be on the newsletter because you know when these giveaways happen. If you're not in the text community or if you're not on the newsletter, you don't know. All right, so I'm starting from the top. And so we're going to do the names. You better tell your friends to bring themselves in here if they was in here. All right, where's my pen? I need a pen. Hey, are you taking these names? Hold on, we're getting together. An assistant tonight. Take me a sip of water. But a cool 200 off top. Cool $200. 200. Okay? So you got a pen? And we gonna get rolling. Y'all don't want to miss it next year. And I pretty much did a giveaway every week this month. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to be the one to miss out. Okay? Because I might start getting more generous. You never know. Huh? You ready? You ready? Okay, she's on her way out here. And we're going to get this thing going. We're going to pick us a winner. And we're going to close out this year. Awesome. Oh, dang. I made it too big. Now I don't know what to do. That's not going to work. Oh, no. I don't know how to do it. I can't move the screen over. Can I? What happens? I don't know. That's so weird. Mm-mm. Should I press exit?
Mm-mm. Hell no. There you go.
Is that going to help?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, it worked. Oh, dang. You did it again.
No, you did it.
Okay.
I'm going to stop.
Fix it. No.
Stay.
Okay, stay. Oh no, zooming in too big. You just need the side so you can make it. Okay. We're getting it. Guys, don't worry. I just had made the screen a little too big. Okay.
Why does it keep doing it?
Okay.
You got too much shit over
Here. Let me just try to press. Okay. Let me see. Man. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold
I
on.
already did that.
Okay.
That's what I just
Hold
started
on.
doing.
Oh, man. All right. It is so big. Okay. I might have to go out and come back in. I might have to leave out. Man.
You can't cancel it.
It shouldn't. Escape. Oh, man. Oh, no. Okay.
Let's go to the undo.
Mr. Carter, don't start.
Okay, so hold on. Where's file?
Hold on. I got an idea. I'm going to
Where's
open it up in
file?
another tab.
Where's file?
I'm just going to open it in another tab. I'm just going to do that.
No.
Yeah, because this take too long. Let me just open a new tab and close this one out. Come in on this other tab. This will be better to do because that's, I don't know. Oh boy. Okay. Why is it like that? Oh no.
You just need to go to file and undo.
That's file and undo.
Yeah, so it'll undo the things that you already did.
Okay, where?
That's what I was trying to get to up here.
That's not the right.
Hold it in the road, ma'am. Hold it in the road.
I don't think that's no, because it's StreamYard. It's not Facebook, so that's not gonna work. Okay, let me just
There, just hit.
Facebook. No, see, it said denied. So no, that's not it. That's not how you do it. We're okay. Man, I wish maybe if I do back, change your no. We're just guessing. So okay. Damn, the comments are tiny as hell. Okay, all right, we'll make it work. Yeah, we're here. Okay, all right. Is it showing? Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Had a little bit of
Technical difficulties. It's okay.
Tech stuff. Don't want me to be great in the last live of the year. Where is now I gotta find everybody. Oh man, I can't see the comments. I need to be able to see those because now I can't see the people put their cash out. What in the hell? Where's the rest of the comments? Can you see it on your phone? Okay.
Well, it's not gonna give you. You're gonna have to go back to your own old one.
Okay. Well, we're gonna start over. No, we don't. No, we're gonna scroll through these comments.
Mine does not go all the way up. Duh. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. I know who was in here and who wasn't.
No, because there was a bunch of people. I don't want to miss nobody.
But if they're not in here now, then they're
but we don't know if they're in here or not. If we
have 18 people in here right now.
Okay, but we don't know if the people who put their. I want to honor the people that did what they.
Even if they did, they're not in here right now. It's 18.
We don't know if they are. You don't know.
We know how many people are in here right now.
Okay, but we don't know if those are the people. So. No.
If you are in here right now and you know, go ahead and do what you were supposed to do. Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to have to put it again. Because I cannot.
Exactly. Just the people that's in here interacting. Exactly. So the people that are in here now, if you know, you got 2 minutes to go ahead and drop it. And I'm waiting. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Y'all go ahead.
Exactly. Screen is weird.
All right. Here we go, Tanya.
Are you calling their names out?
I'm about to.
But as you're doing it, so they can hear.
I'm doing this for myself first, then I'll call it out.
It's taking more time.
No, it's not.
Sorry, guys. This is the end of the year.
All right. Tanya. Keller, number 1.
Tanya Keller, number 1.
Punky Brewster, number 2.
Punky Brewster, number 2.
A.H. Hazel?
Yeah,
Hazel Evans,
number 3. Hazel Evans, number 3.
Malika Cole, number 4.
Malika Cole, number 4.
L. Cole Love, number 5.
Elko Love, number 5.
Ray Rice, number 6.
Ray Rice, number 6.
Sharon Gray, number 7.
Sharon Gray, number 7.
See, Sharon, I see your thing today. Yeah, I see your thing today. And that's I know it's 2 people in here for Punky. Yep. Number 8 is Nika.
Nika
is number 8.
Nika, you're number 8.
Jarrell Bryant, number 9.
Jarrell Bryant, number 9.
LaDonna Baylor, 10.
LaDonna Baylor, 10.
And trust me, y'all, I'm still going to see if you were a sharer now. Don't play with me. Robin Carter, you're number 11.
Robin Carter, you're number 11.
Lakira, you're number 12.
Lakira, you're number 12.
Tanya Morris, you're number 13.
Tanya Morris, you're number 13.
Number 14 is Magnolia Merchant.
Magnolia Merchant, and number 14.
Number 15 is Nikki. Yeah, there's only one Nikki in here.
Which one?
15.
Number 15 is Nikki. Nikki, you're number 15.
Nikki
Leilani, number 15.
Lakira, I already called you out, honey. You were number 12, but I am checking to see if y'all did what you were supposed to do. And if you haven't, and you're just putting it in here now, that's it. Okay.
Well, only the people in the text community or on the email know all the steps. So
Danielle Robinson, hold on. You didn't get skipped. Hold on. I didn't.
Danielle does go on there. She put hers.
No, what I'm saying, as the new names that went up, you didn't put yours up. Danielle, so you're number 16.
Danielle, you're number 16. Danielle Robinson, you're number 16.
Candace, I asked everybody to put their numbers back up. If you weren't in here, then that's why you don't know.
Well, she didn't. We had technical.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Put it.
So
17. Candace Keller.
Candace, you're number 7. Candace, you're number 17.
Danielle, you were number 16.
Danielle.
No, number 7 is Sharon. All right, I'm gonna go back through these numbers one more time.
Don't be talking to him like that. We like a calm tone.
Okay, well, that's your calm tone. Number 1 is Tanya. Number 2 is Punky Brewster. Number 3 is A Hazel. Number 4 is Malika Cole. Number 5 is L. Cole Love. Number 6 is Ray Rice. Number 7 is Sharon Grady. Number 8 is Nika. Number 9 is Jarrell Bryant. Number 10 is LaDonna Baylor. Number 11 is Robin. Number 12 is Lakira. 13 is Tanya. 14, Magnolia. 15 is Nikki Leilani. 16 is Danielle Robinson. And 17 is Candace Keller. All right.
Cool.
Tristan Malone.
Yeah, Tristan did. Tristan was number 1 on the last time. I remember that.
But it wasn't now. So number 18.
Tristan, you're number 18.
Oh, this name been in here.
Huh? All right. Cool. Man, I hate that. Why is it so tiny like this? Wow. Anybody else?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing this Sabrina name in here, but I'm gonna put you as number 19, and then I'll check and see if you did what you.
Just put them because
I'll put you anyway.
Yeah, put them because
I'm gonna put you anyway. Sabrina, you're at number 19, and that's it because there's only 19 people in here.
Okay,
so
cool. All right, cool. All right, cool.
And I will be checking to make sure you did everything you needed to do, and she's getting ready to start her wheel.
Yep. It's real tiny, man. Like so small. Share screen. So little. All right, cool. New tab. All right, I'm sharing so y'all can see. Is it up? It's not up. I can't see. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. It just took a minute. All right. Random number wheel generator. All right, cool. Y'all ready? So the minimum is 1.
19.
And the maximum is 19. Okay. All right, y'all ready? We're about to spin.
Spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
She bought 2 people, so that's $250. Y'all give Katie some love and some thumbs up in order. Congratulations for $250 going to Punky Brewster. Yay! You won! Oh my God! I'd be so excited. I'd be so excited when people win like I won. And I'm like giving the money away, and I'm like, yes, you won. Cool. Y'all giving thumbs up and stuff. Let me send it. Let me send it. Let me send it. $250.
Yay, Katie!
All right. What is the Cash App?
It's shit. And I know it, but I don't got a phone. Oh, yes, I do. Ooh.
Put it in the comments, Katie, again, so we can.
Yeah, because I don't know where it went. Because I went out there again.
I can't believe it!
What a day to win, Katie.
I know. Last live of the year. We're getting a Cash App.
Bugsy Bug.
B-U-G-S-I-E.
B-U-G.
B-U-G.
Yay, and for 2 people in here, an extra $50. So $250.
Which one, though?
That's Katie.
Okay.
Oh, Katie. Wait a minute, Katie. Hold on. The one with 1 G or the one with 2 G's? Because the one with 2 G's says Katie, and the one with 1 G says Margaret.
Yeah, which one?
Which one, Katie? The one with 1 G. Okay, the one that says Margaret. Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Confirm. Congratulations!
Woo, 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 woo!
From Yellowbird Counseling! Woo! With the 3 yellow hearts. And you gotta tell us when you get it, Katie, so they know it's not no cap and that we actually sent it.
Wow, I can't believe you won! And it was random. For real.
Super random, like y'all saw. That's why I always share my screen so y'all can see. Yes, I'm so happy she won. Woo! Yay!
Hey, Katie!
Woo, 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 woo. All right, cool. See, we like making winners here. We love making winners here. So, all right, thank y'all. I'm so happy to have y'all with me in the new year, but y'all definitely have a great New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and stay safe, and we will see you right back here next year, next Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're in the tech community, you'll know exactly when we go live. Y'all have a good evening and stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.